The biggest surprise of my life is that this is exactly what I thought pretty well. I remember having that father-son talk. It was a summer day, and I'd bought my first electric guitar on Maxwell Street at the Chicago Musical Cooperative, which later became the music store that is in the Blues Brothers film that Ray Charles is in. But back when I was there, it was bare light bulbs hanging from the ceiling, and it was dark. And I bought I guess I was 1963. I bought a black Gretsch Duo Jet that had been played to shit, man. It had big carves out of the frets and everything. And a Fender Vibrolux reverb amp, which was brand new for that year. And man, I thought I was in seventh heaven. I paid for half it. My dad paid for the other half. I couldn't believe that, man. He must have thought I really wanted it. And I was there, then I took it home, and there was like a few weeks went by, and I was hanging outside, and the sun was out, and I was just playing the guitar, just trying to play solos, and I couldn't do it at all. And my dad came out, and he listened to it, and he says, "You call that music?" I said, "Well, no, you don't understand what else is going on in my head. Like, I'm only playing these lead notes because I hear a bass and a drums and a keyboards and another guitar and horns and everything. This is just what goes on top, and it doesn't sound like music to you because you don't hear this, all the rest of the stuff, right?" I remember this, like I was either 13 or 14. And he said, "Okay, so what are you going to do with your life?" I said, "Well, I like to play in a band. See, I got the sound up here, and I'd like to get it out. I'd like to," however I was saying it. And he said, "Well, that's fine. But, say you got a band, and then you're in your 20s, you can't be in a band for your whole life. What are you going to do after that? Then what?" And I said, I'd even know the word for it, and I hadn't read anything about it, because in 63 or 4, this wasn't a known thing. 63, I think it was. I said, "Well, if I get too old to play in a band, I'd like to work with other bands and help them to make records." I was trying to describe being a record producer, but I didn't know that at the time. And here it is, 40 years later, and that's exactly what happened to me. I had a band. I acted as a producer for all kinds of other artists. I had a recording studio. I still have a recording studio. I've been in publishing. I've been in advertising. I kept up a lot with my science, so I wound up being a consultant venture capitalist on a lot of high technology, fiber optics and internet. And I've owned several public companies that deal with high technology. And, that was nice to be able to wear some other hats and know that there were other things I could do. But the common threads throughout my life is that I've always played. Now, I sold my last public company about 3 months ago, and I'm back on the road full time.
How about this band?
You got what it takes, but it really cost me. I made some bad mistakes. Yeah, I've been busted, did some time in the can. Some things don't work out just the way that you plan. I love to sing, simple thing, just to hear that guitar ring. Love to sing, simple thing, just to hear that guitar ring. Real bad dude, I used to drink and fight. That's all behind me, you don't do it all right. I keep my nose clean, you know what I mean. Straighten out yourself if you've seen what I've seen. I love to sing, everything, just to hear that guitar ring. I love to sing, use everything, just to hear that guitar ring. on, Teddy, let me hear the guitar ring. How about it for Teddy on guitar? The man's got the blues tonight. Every evening when the sun goes down, I grab this guitar, head to another town. Some come for dancing, others come just to get drunk. Too bad in my nightclubs, I got to have my head shrunk. I love to sing, it's everything. The hell of that guitar ring. I love to sing, yeah, it's everything. You hear that guitar ring? thank you very much. It's great being here. How about another hand for the band?
Mr. Lavin, all the way from Vancouver, folks. Fantastic.